This is Richard Crack here. Welcome to another session of my video. In today's session, I would like to talk about network marketing. And the topic for today is questions are the answer. Alright? Answering questions and objections is a critical skill for success. Don't you agree so? Now, I want you to think about a child, alright? A child. They're always curious and they always ask a lot of questions. Don't you think so? Why can't I do this? What is wrong with this? All sort of questions they will ask. Why? Because they have an inquisitive mind. The problem with us is that, when we grow old, we meet with so many challenges that we have forgotten about asking questions, all right? So asking questions is very, very important. If you want to know about something, all right, the only way is to ask questions, that's all. All right, now, here, I'm going to talk about answering, number one, I'm going to talk about answering objections, all right? Answering objection. Now, objection in network marketing, there is always a lot of objection, right? Now, when people come with objection, like I explained earlier, all right, ask the questions. That means answer the objection with a questions. All right, answer an objection with a question. Now the thing is this, although people don't ask you the questions, all right, do you realize that a lot of them, they already have inside their mind certain things they are doubtful about? Don't you agree? All right, although they don't ask you the question, they have certain things they are doubtful about, but they don't ask you. So if you want to lower the level of defense, then even when they don't ask you the question, you got to answer the questions. All right? Now you got to assume those questions that they are going to ask you. So you got to do some homework and ask yourself, what are the questions that normally in network marketing prospect will ask? All right? So even if they don't ask you, you got to answer the objection. Okay, that is the only way to lower the defense, or else they become very, very defensive. Okay, now the thing is that there are a few things here that people are concerned about when we talk about network marketing. All right, so we got to answer this objection, all right, even before they ask you about it. Okay, now the first thing that is important question that they probably ask you is because of status. Now you know what is status, right? Status is very important. It is based on people's ego, all right? Ego. They want to have status. So when a decision is made about something that lower their status, they're not going to take action, right? Because it's going to lower their status. So basically, you got to, do something that can increase the status only to help them to make a decision. So when you talk about network marketing, honestly, when you talk about network marketing, what is the status like? To most people, when you talk about network marketing or MLM, the status becomes very low. That is the reason why when the status is low, prospect will not make a positive decision about it. All right. So what you need to do is, answer the objection. All right. How do you do that? Okay. Now, the thing is that you know that network marketing and MLM, the status is very low. So you got to, redirect them to something else. That means don't focus too much on MLM and network marketing, but focus on something else that increase the status. Okay? So basically, if you talk about network marketing as a franchise, all right, as a big business and franchise, then you are tackling the problem of status. All right? That's why it's important to be creative, all right? Creative. When we talk about network marketing, you know that the status is going low. But you talk about information marketing, about entrepreneurship, about a system, then the status is much higher. So basically, you got to really, be creative and think about how can you make the status go up, all right? How can you increase the status? Because only when the status go up, they will make a decision to follow you. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is when you talk about prospecting. Now, how many of you here like prospecting? Most people don't like prospecting. They fear prospecting, especially the traditional way of prospecting. When you use cold call, all right, you make a phone call, cold call. To tell the truth, I personally don't like to make cold call, all right? I'm not the person who can pick up the phone and talk to strangers. I don't like that, all right? Now, when you talk about prospecting here, the traditional way of doing network marketing is what? Your upline will tell you, okay, sit down, make a list of 200 names of people that you know of. Isn't that's what the normal normal way of doing prospecting, right? Making a name list. Now the thing is this, all right? Now there are three problems with doing that. Number one, the people on your list, all right, are the people who know you very well. Don't you think so? They know you very well, and they know that you have failed so many times before. So it's not easy to talk to them. Don't you think so? Because they will probably know that you have failed many times before, and they will probably tell you, well, why don't you do it first? When you succeed, come back to me. All right. So basically, most of the people know you very well. They know your history, your track record, and so on. So it's not easy to talk to them. All right. Now, secondly, these people is everybody that you know, right? The people that you know, your uncle, your auntie, your good friends, and so on. And most of them do not have any entrepreneur mindset whatsoever. All right. Now, network marketing or MLM is a business. All right. You need to be a business person. That means you got to think as a business person, as an entrepreneur. But most of them are not qualified. So the leads or the prospect is not actually qualified at all. Don't you think so? Okay, that's the second reason. The third thing is that what happened when they have already exhausted the 200 name list? What would they do? It's not easy now. All right, when they run out of prospect, they probably tell you, well, I got no more prospect. I don't think that I can do anymore. So they will slow down and slowly, but surely they disappear. All right. So that is why, when you talk about prospecting, the normal traditional way is not easy anymore. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but it is not as easy. Now, let me give you a better perception about it, all right? Now, you know social media like Facebook and LinkedIn, right? Okay? Now, do you know that Facebook have got 2 billion members? In fact, I think about 2.3 billion members. LinkedIn got about 600 million members. Okay? These are people whom you do not know, but all adds up to more than 2 billion people. All right? Now, can you ever run out of prospect? You can never run out of prospect. Okay? And furthermore, they do not know you. They do not know that you failed many times before. When they don't know you well, they probably respect you better. Okay? And then like LinkedIn is a good source. You know why? LinkedIn is the Facebook for professional. There are a lot of professional people there. Okay? And the other thing is the most growing group of demographic are the people who just came up from colleges and university and looking for a career. Okay? So LinkedIn and Facebook are the two social media sites that are very, very good to allow you to get good prospects. Are you with me? Can you see the difference now? All right. So if you talk about the traditional way of prospecting, they probably get fearful about it. So you got to answer the objection. All right. Answer the objection. Even they don't ask you, tell them, well, there's a better way of doing prospecting. Don't you think so? Okay. That's the second thing. Now the third thing. I mean, most people are fearful about it. Selling. Right. People are fearful about selling. Don't you think so? You will end up listening to them. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like to sell. I'm not a salesman. Don't you think so? But you and I know the truth is that selling is what makes the world go round. And in fact, we are the best salesmen of all. Don't you think so? All right. But their perception is that selling is, not for me. All right. So what you need to do is that, you got to convert it differently. Because why? When you talk about selling, they're thinking about selling what? They're thinking about selling soap powder. They're thinking of selling vitamins and so, right? That is what in their mind selling is about. But you realize that today information is important. All right, people are selling information. It is a big business, information. So what you can do is that, this is only my idea, my opinion, right? You can convert into like an entrepreneurial training. All right, training, which is more acceptable because training, you can sell training, is no problem. All right, people are more open to training rather than selling product, selling soap powder and so on. Are you with me? So when you're talking about, if you convert it into a training program, let's say, okay, whereby this is a funnel for people to go through, of course, at the end of the day, it is still to go into your network marketing program or to buy the product, but you got to lead them through another way. All right, because when you talk about selling, they're thinking about direct selling and so on, right? So you got to make it in such a way that it doesn't sound like selling. So that is one way to handle your objection, right? Do something like information marketing is big business today, right? So basically, make it into something that is acceptable by most people. When you talk about information, well, it is not really selling anymore, right? Although it's theoretically it's selling of information, don't you think so? But if you package it like an information product, right? Well, it's okay, right? Like I have got one course which I call Millionaire Maker, all right? Which is the course which I sell, and the course covers about how to use social media, how to have the proper mindset, and also regarding information about health and wellness. Okay, and I package it into a product whereby I sell it, and when they join this, right? Okay, they'll be educated about the products and so on, and the business model and so on. So basically, it's an indirect way of getting people into the business. Are you with me? I mean, this is only my opinion, right? You can do whatever you like, but the thing is that we have to be creative. Today, you cannot be doing the traditional way of doing things. Are you with me? Okay, so people fear selling. So but when they talk about selling, they're thinking about like direct selling, going door to door, and selling soap powder. Auntie, you want to buy soap powder? Auntie, this vitamin is very good. People get scared about it. And especially, people carrying the demo bag, I remember I did that before as well. Carrying a demo bag, going to people's house, knock at the door and taking out all the demo, to make demo of the products, I mean, come on. First impression is very important. When people see you doing the demo, they'll be thinking in their mind, especially business people, professional people, they'll be thinking in their mind, do you expect me to do that as well? I don't think so. Maybe I will buy the product from you, but as a business, forget about it. I'm fearful about doing all these things. Are you with me? First impression is important. All right? That is the fourth one, selling. Now, the fifth one is, what about commuting? People today don't like to travel, right? Because of the security reason, safety, especially at night for meetings and so on. Also, the cost incurred, right? Involve the petrol, the parking, the toll, or whatever it is, People don't like to travel. All right, people don't like to commute. So I got people who tell me, I don't mind joining your network marketing program, but don't expect me to attend meetings. Well, does it give you a clue? People don't like to commute. People don't like meetings. Of course, the hardcore one, they will come for the meeting, all right? If you have a meeting, they will come because they are very serious. But the people who join, who are new, they may not want to attend meeting. That's why you got to do it over the internet. Okay, training or meeting you can do over Zoom or even Skype for that matter. That's one way to go about it, all right? Or, like I mentioned about my course just now, Millionaire Maker course, right? It's all at home. They can learn everything from the comfort of their own home. They can learn about how to use social media to do their prospecting. They can learn about how to improve their mindset. They can learn about the products, about health and wellness and so on. All from the comfort of their own home. They don't have to travel. Are you with me? So that is the way that we have to come out with, because you got to cater for all sort of people. Some people are not serious, especially who are stuck, just joined for the first time. You ask them to travel here and travel there, I don't think they're very keen. But if you give them a tool whereby they can use at home to learn, and in fact they are attending the meeting, but from the comfort of their own home. Are you with me? So that is number 5, commuting, all right? Commuting. Now the next one is, this is the funny one. Have you heard in network marketing, NFL? NFL stands for no friends left. All right, you understand? No friends left. Isn't it true? A lot of people say, if you do network marketing, you lose all your friends. Which in a way I do agree, right? Because the way you approach it is so aggressive that most friends will run away and they won't come back to you. Are you with me? So the way you do it, it might be something that is approachable, that people can do it, it is fun and so on. All right. Now, there are many ways of prospecting, even like I mentioned just now, using the internet, using social media, you don't have to lose your friend. But the truth is that, let me tell you, ask you this question, all right? If somebody who is very good with you, your good friend, okay, let's say your good friend, or even your close relative, all right, okay, if they want to buy product, even they don't want to do the business, would they support you to buy product from you? They should, don't you think so? Rather than buying from the shop and so on, if they really respect you and trust you, they will support you. Even they are not into the business, they will support you to buy product. Don't you think so? So basically, when you talk about no friends left, to me, you are segregating between those who are really close to you, who respect you and trust you, and those who are just associate. Okay? They are around when you have a good time, that's all. There are many people like that, don't you think so? Now, I want you to think about this, you know. If you are doing network marketing, you approach these people, they run away from you, right? They run away from you. I mean, there's no harm, right? They run away from you. Now, let me ask you this question. In times of trouble, if you approach them, what do you think? They run even further away, don't you think so? They will run even further away because these are not really true friends. They are just acquaintances, that's all. And they'll be around you when you are in good time, having a drink, and you know, so you know. But the thing is that, you know, you are segregating between your true friends and those acquaintances, you know. So doing network marketing in a way, it is sorting out who are your real friends and who are the ones that, well, they are not your true friends whatsoever. Remember this, you know. It's important because who you associate is important because Jim Rohn says you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. So you want to get rid of this type of people as well. You don't want these people to be in their life, don't you think so? All right. So I hope you learned something here. I think this is quite interesting topic because the only way to find out to ask is to ask questions. You don't ask questions, you don't get the answer, right? And also the important thing is that when you answer objection, don't answer it. Okay, answer it with a question. You deflect the question. That's because the one who asks the question is in control. Okay. Now the other thing that's so important here is that even though they don't ask you the question, but you realize that most of them have doubt in their mind. All right, have doubt in their mind, and they become defensive. So in order to lower the defense, answer the objection even they don't ask you. Are you with me? Answer the objection so that, you know, they will lower down their defense. So I give you some of the things that you can give information about even they don't ask you. Number 1 is regarding status. Number 2 is regarding prospecting, the traditional way of doing prospecting, making a name list and so on. The third one is selling. People don't like to sell. All right. Number 4 is commuting. People don't like to travel anymore. All right, because of security reason, especially ladies, you know, at night traveling, you know, to the meeting place, petrol, parking, toll, or whatever it is. All right. And number 6, no friends left. Right. In fact, no friends left is good news for you because you are sorting out your friend. Okay. But the truth is that how you approach your people is so important. You should not be too pressurized. You don't pressure people, you don't force people. Use attraction marketing. All right, they will come to you because of the value you provide for people, because of who you are. That is more important than push marketing. All right, no friend left because you are doing push marketing. That's all. So I hope you learned something here. All right, and if you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. And if you are on YouTube, please follow and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I really thank you so much for your time that you spent together with me. Okay, and have a nice weekend because tomorrow is Sunday, and in Malaysia here, of course, tomorrow is Sunday, and I won't have any video session tomorrow. I'll see you again on Monday then. Okay, so this is Richard Quack from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.